Students, the first step in opening up a Google form is to go to your Google Drive. You can see I have a browser tab open. If you don't have it already linked to your bookmarks bar, you can simply go to the waffle dots and search in this menu for your Google Drive. And if you're signed in, it should open up your Google Drive. Once you're in the Google Drive, in the upper left area of your screen or your window, you're going to have a plus and it's going to say new. If you click there, you're going to have options: Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. It will say Google Forms. And if you don't see it down here at the bottom, you can simply click the More link and it will take you to more options. I'm just going to click on Google Forms. It will open a new tab, and you can see it has an untitled form. Once you have your form open, you will notice, again, it says Untitled Form. If you just simply click there, you'll get a cursor for your typing, and you can give your form a type, which you should do. My survey that I am going to ask of people is to choose their favorite school lunch. To clean that up. Now you'll notice up here, this is how it appears in your Google Drive. And it will automatically fill in my title if I just click right up in the corner. I can give it a form description. You can enter something like, please use this form to choose your favorite lunch. Now you'll notice the form opens up with a default untitled question. If I click in here, I can change this to whatever question I want to ask, and then you'll see on the right, I have a menu of different kinds of questions. The first thing I've got to decide before I do this is what kind of information do I want? And I think for these questions, we want some pretty basic information. And so I'm going to keep it to multiple choice. The other thing is I want people to be honest about their data. So I'm going to not ask them to identify themselves. So I am going to ask for some demographic data, but I'm not going to ask for anyone's individual name. So I'm not going to have a question that asks them to fill out their name. I am just going to start with some demographic, which means information about the kind of people that are filling out the form. So I'm going to ask, what grade? And then I'm going to give them the options of 6th. And if I hit the enter key, it'll give me the next option, 7th and 8th. Can I ask them other kinds of information than that? I could. And this helps in disaggregating. That means breaking apart and sorting the information we get from the form. I do want you to be sure and not ask anything that would identify an individual. And also, if you're going to ask information like somebody's race or somebody's gender, not everyone is comfortable giving that information. So be sure you always give somebody the option, prefer not to say. I'm going to stick with the grade. I put in, you may use grade or you may use some other kind of information just to make sure that it doesn't identify people, it doesn't embarrass people. We're going to use that information for sorting later. So something you could use to sort by. If you want to put a second one, you can also do that. By the way, adding a question, click the plus sign, and now you've got your next question. Now I am going to go ahead and just ask, what is your favorite school lunch? Now, Google employs a lot of AI. It is looked at my question and it anticipated short answer. We could ask people what is their favorite school lunch, but that's going to make it harder to sort or to have Google do the sorting for us. So what I want you to do for this assignment is I want you to make this, again, a multiple choice. You're going to control what answers people can give. So of the options available, and I'm just going to say one option could be pizza, one could be the chicken burger, one could be chicken nuggets, and then a ham sandwich. Let's keep your options to like no more than 4 or 5. All right. If I need to go edit my questions, I can simply click on that question and you can see I have my edit options available right here. Now, this is not a big survey. I'm not getting a ton of data, and that's okay. I just want some that I can use to do what's required in this assignment. So again, make sure that you get some demographic or information about the people, but that they don't identify. And again, not information that's going to single out or embarrass anybody. And that's, I think of it also, like, am I going to say, especially in like a school lunch question, like, how much do you weigh? Like, that's going to make some people uncomfortable. It's going to point people out, maybe make somebody feel bad. Avoid questions like that might make somebody feel bad. So just get yourself some information that's going to allow you to sort the responses that you get. All right, now, once I've got the information, got my questions ready, I need to send this out. Now, I'm going to show you in a bit how I want you to send these, and you'll notice there's a purple button right here that says send. Oh, also, if you are working with a partner, you can click up here and you can add collaborators. And that way, it's like a Google Doc. Your partner can be on at the same time as you are. So you can also make a copy for somebody, and that's not a copy of the link, that's a copy of the entire form. If I click send, it's going to let me send via email, and I can put email addresses in here right now. Or, and this is what I do every time I put a survey in our Google Classroom, I just get the link, and then I can put that link wherever I want, and then I always click shorten URL so it's smaller, and then copy. And now I can paste that link in a Google Classroom. I can paste that link in an email, in a remind message. It gives me a lot of options when I copy that link. Once I've got my link, it's time to send my link to members of this class so that they can respond. I am going to show you how to do that in our school's Gmail. I am going to ask you that you don't spam the entire school with your question. I'm going to ask you to keep it to this class. I say maybe if you have a good friend, especially since this is only 7th and 8th graders, if there's like a couple 6th graders in your advisory, if you're using my example of getting their grades, and you can send it to them, that's fine, but let's not just spam everybody. If I want to get to my Gmail, again, if I don't have a link in the bookmarks bar, I'll just open a new tab, go to my Google waffle of dots, and select Gmail. If I'm signed in, it's going to open my school email. And in order to compose an email, I click compose. And there it is. Now, do you know everybody's email address? Their school email? My guess is no. So, but our school district has a very handy tool. When you start typing in someone's name, it's going to give you their email address in a window. I'll show you an example. I started typing in my name, and my email came right up. This works for students also. If you start typing in names of your friends in this class, then you should be able to see their emails pop up. And if you click on them, it'll add it into the to box. Now, if you want to send an email, but you don't want everyone else to know who you're sending it to, here's what you can do: a blind carbon copy. That's what BCC stands for, blind carbon copy. What that means is that the person who gets it will see their email, but everyone else's email will be hidden. So when I send out emails like this, what I do is I address the email to myself, and then I make everybody else a blind carbon copy. You can see how that works. Once you've got that done, go ahead and put in the subject, put in survey for tech class. Members of our class will know exactly what this is. And then type a short message. Paste in your link to your form, and then always close it. Sign it with your name at the end, and then you press send. I would say, to get enough data to work with, send it to at least 10, a good dozen students in our class at least. To fill out the form is going to give you enough data to work with. We will give people a couple of days to receive and fill the form out, and on our next class, we will look at what to do with that data.